Hey there, I'm Tyler Lunsford and you're watching a review of Juan Pablo's torn corner machine. What is up, you beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. If you're new here, then definitely consider subscribing and take a look around the channel, my past reviews. Now today we're going to be looking at torn corner machine. This isn't really a magic trick, but more like a utility device that you can use to do multiple tricks. And I love utility gimmicks. I love utility devices. Like, I love being able to build my collection of tools kind of for making magic. I love that. And this is just a really creative tool that you can use to do so many different things with it. I really do like that. But if you are new here, then you might not know that I purchased most of my magic with my own money. And so today I purchased this effect with my own money. So you're truly watching an unbiased magic trick review video. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. As always, let's start out by talking about what actually is torn corner machine. Well, this is a new utility device from Juan Pablo that allows you to perfectly duplicate a corner of a card. Now, what I mean by this is you could have someone choose a card, then you rip the corner off, and then the corner vanishes and appears in a book on the other side of the room, or under a glass in the kitchen, or it's just like crazy things you can do with this. You really are limited by your imagination. This is just a device that allows you to create duplicated corners, which I think is really cool. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun if you do decide to pick this up. But first off, let me tell you more about it. If you do decide to pick this up, let me tell you what you're going to be receiving. You will be receiving your actual device that allows you to do this. It's made out of plastic and it's pretty much, it's a good quality device. I mean, it's not going to really break on you as long as you treat it well. You'll also be receiving an 11.5 tutorial video where Juan Pablo walks you through how to actually use the device and gives a couple ideas on what you can do with this. How difficult is this to perform? Now, the difficulty to use the device and difficulty to perform the trick are two different things in my opinion. Now, what you're going to be doing here when I talk about performing is how difficult is it to like rip the corner with the device to actually make it look like the duplicate corner that you already have. Now, it's not that difficult. It is going to take a little bit of practice just to get down the motion of actually ripping the corner to make sure that it looks like the other one. So it's not that difficult to use. You should be able to get this down in about 30 minutes to an hour's worth of practice of just, you know, ripping some corners, probably like 30 minutes, but just practice it a little bit so that way you don't just go out and you start ripping corners and they don't look the same. Is this examinable? Well, the whole point of this is so that you can show that the corners match up. So what I mean by that is that you have a ripped out corner in a card and you match up the corner that appeared on the other side of the room to it to show that it's a perfect match. So it should be examinable, and it is to a certain extent, but I will talk about that more in depth in just 1 second because I'll mention it more in the negative section of this video. How much setup is there when performing torn corner machine? Well, you are going to have to prepare the card that you want to prepare, so that won't take you that long. So the setup, I'd say, is you do have to do it like ahead of time where your spectators aren't looking because you have to use the device. So just to prepare a card is not going to take that long. You probably have this prepared in like 30 seconds. It's not going to take long, but you do have to do it ahead of time. What I recommend you do is prepare multiple cards in one sitting. So let's just say you take like 10 minutes and prepare like 20 cards, then you're good to go for 20 performances. Are there any negatives when performing torn corner machine? Kind of. Now, what I mean by that is you will have to kind of practice your tear to make sure that you are making these duplicated corners look real from the actual tear aspect. But I will say that you are going to have to be careful with the cards that you use, and I'll try to explain this really quickly so that way I don't waste too much of your time, but you do need to hear this if you want to purchase this effect. So what you're going to be seeing is that the Ace of Hearts right here, and it's not Juan Pablo's fault, the actual duplicated corner is the same size as the other corner that you'll be ripping, but it's kind of, if you're using bicycle cards, bicycle's printing process is kind of weird in that it doesn't always line up perfectly. Now, what I mean by that is that if you take an Ace of Hearts from this deck of cards and from another deck of cards, the probability that the ink will actually line up perfectly is not the best probability that you'd want, probably just the way that Bicycle's printing process works. So what I mean by this is if you're ripping this Ace of Hearts, you're going to be ripping a lot of white area right here, which is good. You want to be ripping a lot of white area because then there's less ink to match up to this corner. But if you're ripping something like the Jack of Diamonds, then you have to match up all this design right here when you put the duplicated corner back to it. And like I said, because of Bicycle's printing process, sometimes it's not your fault that the corner is the wrong size. It is the right size, but the ink's not going to match back up perfectly like the pattern when you put the corner back. Hopefully that made sense when I was trying to explain that. So the cards that I recommend using for this is not the Jack of Diamonds. Use something like the Ace of Hearts because you have a lot of white area right here. You could use like the Five of Diamonds because when you rip the corner off, you'll have white area around here because it'll just take the diamond with you if you rip it right. And also like the Four of Diamonds, you can use this little area like right here. You just gotta be careful with the cards that you use and don't use something that has a lot of design right here in the corner. That's why I think the Ace is perfect and like the Four of Diamonds is perfect. Are there positives when performing Torn Corner Machine? Yes, there are. I love the amount of possibilities there are with this. Really, you're limited by your own imagination. You can do pretty much anything you want with this Torn Corner Machine because you have the power to make a corner appear anywhere. Like, that is insane. I love the fact that there is a device that allows you to do this, but also you don't want to do something that is like too perfect. You want to go like with the too perfect theory. You don't want to have something happen that is really too perfect and their mind jumps to a duplicate corner. Not that they would know that this exists, but you don't want them to even think that. So, for example, like don't rip up the corner and then have it reappear across the room restored. That's like two tricks in one. They know you had to have some type of duplicate corner because you didn't just restore it instantly, you restored it across the room. Whereas if you just made the corner vanish and then appear across the room, that might not be as perfect, so they might not think that, hey, you had a duplicate corner. They're just gonna think, hey, he's like really sneaky and he did some really good misdirection and had that corner over there sometime. I don't know, but like that's I'm trying to say is just don't like violate the too perfect theory that much. What should this retail as? Well, this currently retails as $30 US. Now, that is a great price. That is a steal. I probably would have paid 50 bucks for this, honestly, because there's just so many possibilities that you can do with this, and I think that that's a great price. It's $30. What would I give this out of 10? I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason I kind of took off a little bit of points, or like half a point, is because and it's not really the device's fault, but I don't really know how you can work around this. Like I said, you are limited to certain cards that you can choose because of the actual tearing process and like how cards are printed and stuff like that. So you are limited to the cards that you can use, like the Ace of Hearts, so you have some white space and stuff like that. So that's really the only problem that I have with this, but yeah, I really like this device. Do I recommend you pick this up? If you like gimmick making tools or things like that, then yes, I totally recommend picking this up. You really are limited by your own imagination. So many possibilities with this, and I'm sure you're tired of me saying that, but it's true. There's so many different things you can do with this, and I totally recommend picking this up. And that about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help you make a more informed decision on whether or not you wanted to purchase Torn Corner Machine. If you would like to, link will be down below in the description. Also in the description as the top link is a link to my Patreon page. There you can help support the channel. Honestly, you can get some pretty cool rewards out of it too. But I do buy this magic with my own money, and it just takes so much money, and I'm very happy that I have patrons that help me with this channel right now. So thank you so much. Their names scroll at the end of every one of these videos. So thank you so much to my current patrons. I really do appreciate all of you. Now, once again, thank you for watching this video, and if you're new here, then definitely consider subscribing to the channel and take a look around. Remember, Upload Crazy Week is going to keep continuing because we have multiple days left this week. So thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. See ya.